We're going to talk about business ethics today. Fear of missing out, scarcity, fake discounts, fake limited spots available. All these things. Are they ethical, not ethical? What can you do? What should you do? We're going to cover all of these things today in this video. Hi, my name is Fauzia. I'm a business owner. I am not a business coach. I have a service business and I want to share everything I am learning as I'm growing my business so that I can help you grow your service business as well. We've talked about this a little bit before, where when you're engaging potential clients or customers, you say, I only have one spot left on the call. Oh, this is a 50% off discount. Or sometimes you see 90% off, 99% off. But then they marked it up so much, right? So all of these strategies, I know I have heard a lot. I mean, I still continue to hear them. Nobody ever says anything different, by the way. Let's get through some of the common stuff we hear. And maybe I won't even cover everything because there's more than these. Some of the common stuff, one of them is, hey, limited spots available. Is it really limited? Is it not limited? Is this ethical? Is it not ethical? We'll get to that. Okay. Another one is limited time. Pretty common for sales, right? Limited time, sale, this and that. Then we have discounts, 50% off, 100% or 90% off. Yeah, sometimes 100% off, if it's a continuous service, free 1 month trial as opposed to 1 week, which is what's normally offered. And then we have, when we're talking in conversation, sales call, we'll say things like inducing fear. Oh, this is horrible. If you're a business coach, for example, you'll say, oh, that's horrible. I cannot imagine your business would never grow. You would never make any money. You would just lose all the money. I can totally help you make $10,000 in the next 2 months. Okay, those kinds of things, like, creating that fear, that anxiety, and that's pretty common. What else is common? Quite a few of these things are common, right? So how much of this is ethical? How can you determine? I'll tell you what scale I use to determine what's ethical and what's not. So maybe you can use that to help yourself out a little bit. Okay, so what I do these too. Of course, I offer discounts and so on and so forth. And when I started taking programs with other business coaches, I mean, everybody said this. Everybody said that, right? Offer limited time this, limited that, okay. And when you're in your call, it's all about fear. It's, make sure you get that fear out of them. And so I cringed a lot and say, no, it's okay. Think about it. You're helping them. Without you, where would they be? You're going to make their life better, right? Yes, okay, then don't feel bad. You're doing the right thing. And so what they're doing is they're turning us into these monsters where we just are desensitized. Because first we're sensitive to it. We have some intuition, inclination. I don't really know. And they keep telling you, no, it's okay. And you have this community you're a part of other businesses who are taking this coaching program. And then you just get desensitized. And over time, guess what happens? These giant businesses like Facebook and all these giant corporations who do horrible, unethical practices. There's slave labor in clothing industry. There's all of this environmental damage. And we wonder as normal people, don't we? How can they do that? How can they have such horrible, unethical business practices? How is this possible? You know how? Like this. It starts like this. You're a small business owner. You take a business coaching program. They say, no, this is okay. It's okay to say this, do this, even though you don't feel right about it. And then you keep doing that over years and years and years. And you keep doing that. You keep practicing how to be the devil, right? You keep practicing that. Then guess what you're going to become? Yeah, you're going to lose your compassion. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so even though it's shocking to us right now, we are on that path, by the way, of becoming those people who cause a lot of damage and harm to everything and everyone else except us. It's all about money. Give me money. Okay, so how do I determine what's ethical and what's not? One of the easy ones that I use is how I feel, because I'm still in my early journey. Yes, I'm just beginning. And when we all start from a clean slate, more or less, I'm inclined to say we have good intuition, good instincts. We haven't been corrupted. We haven't been told our whole life that's how it works. Unless you have, then that's unfortunate. But if nobody really owns business in your family, you're the first person to start, you've never really heard any business advice. So when you start hearing these things first, then you feel that, I don't know if I want to charge $10,000 for my program. That doesn't sit well with me, Using fear to get them in and get them to pay. Trust your instinct and go with that. So that's the first one. Now I just use my instinct and how I feel. And there's more. Am I telling the truth ultimately, or is it a lie? So if I say only one spot available to book a free call with me, only one spot, who wants it? Go post on my Instagram chat below, give me a thumbs up, or give me this ninja emoji, pretty standard business tactic. And then 4 or 5 people will get back to you, and then you'll book calls with all 5 of them. Now that's a lie. You said there was one spot available, but you booked a call with all 5. Now, if you genuinely only have one spot, or if you're going to create that in your head, in your space, in your calendar, say, you know what? How many people do I actually want this week? I want one person this week. Okay. You can create a Calendly link. You can send it out to people. Say, hey, book my Calendly link, and I'm opening up 3 spots. And actually in Calendly, you can say that. You can limit it. You can say, okay, after 3 bookings, please shut down the link so nobody can access it. Then when you say, hey, I have 3 spots available, that's the truth. Because you've decided that you only want to do 3. Now you might say, well, how do I decide? Well, it doesn't matter, right? That's up to you. That's the point I'm trying to make. You can say, all right, this week, how much capacity do I have to do 1 hour calls with people? This week is less busy, more busy. Oh, I'm experimenting. I'm just getting started. I could do a few. Be honest with it. Because I've tried these scare tactics and they don't really work. People aren't idiots for the most part. They understand that everybody does it. All the business coaches say 3 spots left, 1 spot left. It's not true. By this point in time, I think people already know, okay? Especially if they're business owners taking business coaches coaching program. Everybody does this nonsense. So, and I've tried, and I'm not serving business coaches. It's not a B2B business, it's a B2C, business to consumer. They're direct consumers, so they probably haven't heard this. And I've tried it before. Only 1 spot left, only 2 spots left. And then in some case, I've tried also, hey, I have a few spots left. Because I only have so many spaces on my calendar, because I cannot have that many calls. I cannot have 5 calls per day. That's too much. And either way, I get about the same number of calls booked, honestly. In fact, I'm going to wager and willing to say that the more people sense honesty in you, and yes, people can sense honesty. If you say, oh, I have a few spots left that I can accommodate a few people to chat with this week, like, hey, honest person, they're more likely to book a call than I only have 1 spot left. Yeah, I don't know. They can sense that, I don't know how honest this person is being. Okay, they can sense some of that dishonesty. It's not going to help your business. Okay, another kind of lie. You can say, hey, 50% discount, but you raise your price. So what is your standard price? If you're always charging $500 a month, and then you raise your price a month or 2 in advance to make it $1,000 a month, and then give 50% discount for Black Friday and other Memorial Day sale, whatever else, and then give it another month or 2, and then bring it back down to 500, specifically for the point of giving the 50% discount, then you just lied. Of course, if it happens coincidentally where you say, holidays are coming up, I think I'm going to increase my price. Boom, let's go, $1,000. That's the permanent price. And then after testing it for a few months, you realize, ooh, the number of people signing up have significantly dropped. Maybe I should just keep the price lower. And then you change your price, that's different. So with doing this with the intent of misleading people on purpose, right, then that is unethical. And it's going to tear you apart, right? It's going to make you a person that you're not going to be in love with anymore for a while. So these strategies are not great. Now, what strategies are okay? Fear. What about saying, in my business, for example, hey, what's your most fear? And I'm drilling in more and more and deeper. Okay, you want to learn self-defense. Why? Okay, you don't feel safe. What do you not feel safe about? Okay, walking on the bus stop isn't safe. Why isn't that safe? I'm drilling in deep to get them to say something really scary like, oh, I'll be raped or murdered or something. Well, isn't that unethical? Actually, it's not. A lot of it has to do with intent. What's my intent behind this? Right? So we talked about intuition first. Oh, how do I feel about this? And then also intent. What am I thinking? What's my purpose and goal behind this? I kept some of those practices. Initially, it was just, I didn't feel really good with, it didn't sit very well with me. I didn't feel good about it because the intent behind that was, I'm going to get them to buy my program. I'm going to just make them so scared that they will have to buy my program. So it didn't feel really well. I didn't feel really good about it. But now actually I am genuinely curious to discover where people are at, because I've learned that some people want to join the program for health reasons, which I don't cover technically. Those are side effects, but it's not directly covered in the program. And then some have mental health issues. Again, side effects, you will see empowerment work will just have reduce anxiety and other things. But if that's your direct focus, I wouldn't necessarily say go for my program, right? So I want to be honest about those things. So I really want to drill in a little bit deep to see what is it that has motivated you and prompted you to book this call with me? Why do you really want to take the program? And yeah, majority of people will say, oh, I'm just scared that I'll, get attacked on the street. And that's enough. I don't have to dig in now further. They already said attacked on the street, like somebody might punch me or try to steal my purse. Okay, that's enough. I don't need to say, oh, what else do you think might happen? What's the worst case? And I don't have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing to force them to say, okay, I guess it's possible that I could get murdered. Now, when I'm forcefully pushing, I'm trying to induce that fear. But otherwise, I'm not trying to induce the fear. I'm just trying to ask, like a therapist, right? Psychologist, therapist. If you notice, that's what they do with their therapy. They ask a lot of questions to drill down into the root cause of the issue. And then you realize, oh, this happened 10 years ago, and because of that, I can't even speak to men or whatever it is. And so it's a discovery which helps you genuinely. And because I've been to therapy and this has happened to me, I've had that moment, oh my goodness, 20 years ago this happened, I'm still carrying it with me and I was able to heal from it. That I think that this is valuable to just drill a little bit deeper. Why is it? What is it? And when I feel like I've gotten enough of an answer, then I'm going to stop, as opposed to really getting them to say something dreadful just because I want them to say it and then now they have to take my program. Okay, so that's the balance between ethical and not. You're really trying to see intent, what value you're adding, how can it help? Are they really a good fit for the program? Let me understand where the root really is that you're trying to resolve, so on and so forth. So it works for all service businesses, any kind of service you're offering. You can drill in a little bit deeper. Language, okay, what's your pain point that you're trying to eliminate? Now, that's not unethical only because, as we know, psychology, people don't take a program because of the benefits that they gain, but because of the pain that it eliminates. So, okay, what benefits do you want? I'll ask, what are your goals? And then I'll also ask, well, what are the pain points that you have, challenges that you want to remove and eliminate? Are these synergetic? Or, hey, your goals were completely different and the pain points are actually completely different. So you have actually now these sets of goals, okay? So once again, it's for value add, and I'll be very honest about discounts, about limited time offerings. And the limited time, once again, it's not fake per se. I'll decide that in advance that, okay, I'll Black Friday sale is common, this is common, that is common. I'm actually genuinely going to give X% off my current price. So I do that. I don't just say, okay, it's a $1,000 program, but it is 90% off. No. But actually it was always $100. No, right? No. So really important to manage ethics in your business for two reasons. A, you don't want to become a horrible human being that you hate over time, okay? And you're doing a lot of damage to other people and maybe even yourself when you've cut off from friends. You just don't want to become that kind of a horrible person in business. Okay, and the second thing is your business will grow. The second reason is that your business will grow. People will trust you more. You will get more customers if you're just honest and upfront and don't use these sleazy tactics. So I hope this was helpful. That's how I use, right? I use my intuition, my intent, value add to determine if this is ethical or not. And sure, maybe sometimes I do make the wrong decision. At least I'm asking those questions every time. Hey, I just found this YouTube video or Instagram reel on this about this business coach who actually said, oh, do it this way, this way, this way. That's really interesting. I'll think about it, I'll sleep on it. Usually as soon as I wake up first thing in the morning, that's when my intuition is the sharpest. So that's when something clicks, that's what I go with. I just learned to trust my intuition early in the morning, right? So I'll go to bed with the problem in mind, but I'll do my relaxation exercise. So I'm not thinking all night and tossing and turning, but just have the intent to resolve the question. Wake up, have the answer, and then just execute it. Even if it's completely different from what all the other business coaches are saying. No, you have to do it this way, this way. No, you don't. You don't. So my personal business too, they said you have to charge $5,000 and I remember at some point there was this ridiculous webinar where it was saying that no, don't go for these high ticket clients like charging $5,000 and $10,000. Think about it. How much is your program really worth? You should be charging them $50,000 and $100,000. It just gets so ridiculous. This whole high ticket client business. Okay. And so I did charge initially, they said, okay, start slow, charge $1,500 for 3 months, and then charge $3,000 or $1,800 for 3 months, and then charge slowly $2,500 and up to $3,000 for 3 months. And I did that. I actually did. I charged, 15, 18, so on and so forth. And it did not sit well with me. It just didn't. I just didn't genuinely feel I was offering that much value and spending that much time and effort and energy. It was that much taxing and all of that. It just didn't feel like an equal exchange. It just felt like they were willing to pay, and they paid because I induced enough fear in them. It just didn't feel great. Okay. So as a spiritual person too, I really hope that I am forgiven and that I can actually overcome this. And then it took me a while. It actually took me a while to slowly bring down my prices. Slowly. Just it took a while. Martial arts usually is like $180 a month, but that's a different model, right? So I use that to create my model. Some of it I say, okay, what makes sense? And then I actually said, okay, $600 a month makes sense. And sometimes I would give people a discount and do $500 a month because I did some math around it. Okay, if it's 180 plus my one-on-one time and all of that, how much they usually charge, so I did the math. And now, as of now, this can change, I charge $250 a month. So I've been slowly reeling back, and we'll see, maybe over time I'm comfortable reducing the price further and further. So if you're at a point where you've been told too many times, charge a lot, and you're charging a lot, and you're really uncomfortable, have patience with yourself. Take your time, slowly roll back. Say, okay, I'm charging too much, and that's why probably I'm not getting clients, or whatever it is. And what do I need to charge? Roll back. Have some online course so that you don't have to spend one-on-one time, and you can still charge people for it and charge separate for your one-on-one time and all that. Just kind of figure things out. Do what makes you comfortable. Yes, there is a balance. As always, people will tell you, step out of your comfort zone. Don't charge $50 an hour. We're always stepping out of a comfort zone for business, right? Yeah, sure. Step out of your comfort zone. Charge a little bit more. Maybe you're worth $150 an hour. Aren't we all worth that much? Sure. But there's a balance. We're not worth $5,000 an hour or something ridiculous like that. So I hope my ethical strategies help you define ethics in your business and give you a little bit more peace of mind that even though you're losing out short term, you will employ other strategies and grow your business in the next 5, 6, 10 years, that you will be so much thankful that you had the patience and stuck it out and charged decent prices, and you kept your soul intact in the process. So it is a long game. Hang in there. You're gonna get there. I'll see you in the next video.